Hello friends, it's Ursula Unicorn here, and I have invited all of my friends to come and have a picnic with me today. We are just sitting back on this lovely little pink blanket in Mrs. Stone's backyard, and we are just enjoying our sandwiches, and we're having turkey with cheese and tomatoes and spinach. Doesn't that sound delicious? We're so excited because we want to celebrate the end of Chapter 8, Adding and Subtracting Fractions. This is the last lesson on that today, and then you'll get to start a new one tomorrow. Yay! So, Newton and Descartes, how do you like your sandwiches? It's delicious.
Yes, I really like it.
And Valentino and Yoda, how do you like yours?
Oh, it is delicious. I love it very much.
Delicious. I am loving the sandwich. Eat. Do not talk.
Bonjour. I love my sandwich. I think it has tomato and turkey, and I think it has a yummy mozzarella cheese. Thank you for coming to visit us on our picnic. Okay, math geniuses. This is our last lesson in Chapter 8. So we are going to be reviewing, adding, and subtracting all kinds of fractions today. The memories are wonderful. What do you remember about adding fractions and mixed numbers? That the denominators have to be the same. Never add your denominators. When your answer has an improper fraction, it has to be made into a mixed number. If your mixed number has an improper fraction, you have to change it. And finally, always reduce your answer to simplest form. And let's try adding this one. So we have 5 4/9, and we want to add 1 2/3. First, we have to find the common denominators. So we know that 3 can go into 9. So we can make our denominators 9 by multiplying 2/3 by 3/3. And our new problem will be 5 4/9 and 1 6/9. Now we can add our numerators together. So let's add both the fractions and the whole numbers. And we get 6 and 10/6. But we can't stop here because our numerator is bigger than our denominator, which means it's improper. So we need to change the improper fraction to a mixed number. We say 9 goes into 10 one time, and there's a 1 as a remainder, and we put that above the 9. And now we have 2 whole numbers that we have to add together. 6 and 1 make 7 and 1/9. Normally, you would reduce if you can, but with this problem, you don't have to. It's in simplest form. Yes! Let's try adding 2 more fractions. Let's add 1 1/2 to 2 5/6. We have to find the common denominators. So we know that 2 goes into 6. So let's multiply 1/2 by 3/3. And we're going to get 1 3/6 plus 2 5/6. Now we add the numerators and the whole numbers together. And we get 3 8/6. Here again, we have an improper fraction. So we're going to change the improper fraction to a mixed number, 1 2/6. But now we want to add both the whole numbers together, but we are not done because we need to reduce this fraction to simplest form. And so 2 and 6 can both be reduced, dividing it by 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. And our new answer is 4 1/3. What do you remember about subtracting fractions and mixed numbers? Well, the denominators have to be the same, You never subtract your denominators. When your bottom numerator is larger than your top numerator, you have to borrow from the whole number and always reduce your answers to simplest form. Remember what to do? Well, we first have to find the common denominators in this problem. We have 5 3/10 and 2 4/5. So we're going to change the 4/5 by multiplying the top and the bottom by 2, which gives us 8/10. So now we can subtract. Whoa, wait a minute. We can't subtract. 8 cannot be taken out of 3. So we will have to borrow from the whole number. And we borrow from the whole number. We'll make it a 4. And then we're going to add 10 to 3 and make it 13/10. And now we can subtract. So we're going to say 13 minus 8 and 4 minus 2. And then we get 2 5/10. But we are not done because we have to reduce. And our answer becomes 2 1/2. Let's look at this example. We have 8 1/8, and we're going to subtract 2 2/3 from it. We have to find the common denominators. So we multiply. We know that 8 and 3 need to both be changed. So we know that if we multiply 8 times 3, we'll get 24. And if we multiply 3 times 8, we get 24. So our new fractions are 3/24 and 16/24. But we can't take 16 from 3, so we're going to have to borrow from our whole number. So we'll have to make it a 7 and 27/24. We added 24 to 3. Now we can subtract. So if we subtract, 27 minus 16 is 11, and 7 minus 2 is 5. And we are done because you can't reduce this one. Yes, another one we don't have to reduce. So, the secret word for today is sandwich. Remember the sandwich from the picnic? And there is the sandwich. What a fun picnic that was.